So today I am going to show you all how to grill a medium rare steak on a charcoal grill. Getting started, I use B&B lump charcoal. It can be purchased at Farm and Fleet for about $20 a bag. I pour the charcoal into the grill without the cooking grate on. I use a pyramid about 12 inches wide, 6 inches tall. Try to stay away from using large chunks. If you need to break down your chunks, break it up with a hatchet. I did not in this video. It's important for more consistent results to have similarly sized charcoal. Having a uniform pile of charcoal is very important to get the correct amount of heat and an even amount of heat throughout the pile. I use a MAP gas torch to light it. You can use propane or lighter fluid. I do not like the smell or taste of lighter fluid around my food, so I use just the MAP gas. It lights it up pretty quickly. Takes about 3 or 4 minutes of torching, 10 to 15 seconds in each spot, then move along. As long as the charcoal is pretty dry and has been stored indoors, it catches quickly. Once the charcoal is lit, it will appear gray in color or red under a light. It's important that you get the entire pile lit uniformly. Wear safety glasses and cotton clothing, no polyesters. As soon as the charcoal is lit, put your cooking grate on top so that it can get warmed up. It's important that the inside of the grill reaches approximately 400 degrees for a good 10 minutes before you put the steaks on. That's important because you want the grating nice and hot to create good grill marks on the steak. I used a petite sirloin from Aldi. It was about $8.50 a pound. I used 2 of the 3-pack and let them sit out at room temperature before I put them on the grill. I used McCormick's black pepper and Morton kosher salt to season the steaks. I heavily salt and pepper them on each side for maximum flavor. It's okay to leave the steaks bloody. Some people might pat them dry, but I do not. I like to have as juicy of a steak as possible. Once everything is seasoned, you can bring the steaks out to the grill and put them on, and then wash your serving plate. Bring it back out so you can put the steaks on after they're grilled. Once the steaks are on the grill, you're going to want to have them cooking on each side approximately 60 to 120 seconds per side. You're going to do 4 sides, so you're going to flip once, flip twice, flip 3 times, and that will be your last flip. Ideally, you will rotate the steaks 90 degrees after the first flip, so you get perpendicular or argyle shaped grill marks. This will be talked about in just a minute. Once the seasoning is finished, so I'm going to put the steaks on the grill. I'm just using my fingers. I'll use tongs to remove them because they're hot. My hands were already dirty, so I just went for it. Dirty with steak. They had been washed. I pour all the extra juices on. So that's my first sear right over the top of the flame. I leave the grates open. This is after 2 minutes. I'm going to flip. My flame was not as hot as I wanted it to be. The ambient temperature of 50 degrees made a big difference there. So I'm still playing around with the steak, getting a little bit better sear marks on them after that first flip. I realized that my bigger steak was not over the hottest part, so I moved that where it needed to be. Here's my third flip.
Still juicy.
That bigger steak is starting to get where it needs to be. The grill marks were not there again because the heat was not maximum. I had the inside of the grill about 300 degrees on this, so you can still attain pretty good results without having an ideal grill, but it's better to have hotter flame for steak. For close the bottom vent and top vent of the grill to cut off the oxygen from my charcoal. I'll save that for later. I added some potatoes. I ended up with a really good medium rare
That's good.
steak with a subpar sear just due to the outdoor temperature, but turned out to be a pretty good meal. All in all, I made a pretty good steak considering the mistakes that I made as far as charcoal size, which was too big, and heat, which was too low. So 400 degrees is what you want. I was about 300-ish, and that just did not cut it.